All right, so today we're gonna be recording our English 2 podcast, and it's gonna be on growing up and losing the essence of a child.
There's three of us here today. We have Connor.
Michael.
And Daniel.
All right, let's get into it. So to start out this discussion part of the podcast, I'd like to start out with a quote from L.M. Montgomery. You must pay the penalty of growing up. You must leave the fairyland behind you. And I think that has to do with maturing and leaving your dreams in the past, and forgetting about fairyland dreams that you have, and realizing that you're actually going to have to do adult stuff that you don't want to.
All right, so Connor, do you believe that, like becoming an adult means you have to give up on certain dreams and stuff like that?
I wouldn't say all dreams. I believe that some people, they are born in a time that the color of their skin and such like that can't determine their dreams. Like a time now, you can become anything you want to. But if we're referencing the movie Fences, the main character, he couldn't accomplish his dream because of the time he was in. He wasn't allowed to. He had to leave that behind, and he had to grow up. Another quote that I have here about maturing is from a playwright named Tom Stoppard. He says that maturity is a high price to pay for growing up, and I believe that relates to how when you mature, you realize things that you didn't realize when you were a kid. You don't realize that, your dreams of becoming an astronaut or president or a space ninja aren't gonna be true. You can't do that. You lose innocence. And you grow up to the fact that you have to get a real job. You have to go to college maybe to achieve that job that you want, and even going to college is a dream for some people that they might not even be able to accomplish themselves. And the more you grow up, the more you realize that harder and harder it gets to be an adult.
Yeah, I agree. I think that society really encourages children to follow despite that encouragement, growing up and having them realize what the world truly is, it really shuts them down. It really it opens your eyes.
Yeah, life makes you open up your eyes, and it makes you realize that you can't do certain things just because it isn't possible. You have to realize what's possible and what's not possible. Yeah,
like you're saying, sometimes some things are just not possible for people. Whether that be because of your skin color or maybe a defect you were born with. Despite your dreams and your aspirations that you want to accomplish, that you made as a child, these things can get in the way, and it's a very real thing. It's a very, very common, which is sad, but it's very common to have your dreams shut down because of these things. Growing up as being a minority, it can be tough. It can be hard because you already have these things pointed against you.
So the way I see losing the essence of a child and growing up is through knowledge. And this quote here, it's from Joy Bell C, says that the only way that we can live is if we grow. And the way I saw it is the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you understand, the more you can comprehend. Because of all this that we're learning, we begin to get new values and beliefs.
Do you believe as you get older, your values and beliefs change from when you were a kid?
Definitely.
I think, for example, you might think as a kid, your stuffed animal is the most important thing in the world. But as you get older, you realize that there's really more important things. like you lose that innocence of having that stuffed animal. It's the most important thing in life.
Yes, thank you, Connor, for helping me voice my thoughts.
Daniel, a good question that I have, or a question that I have right now, is do you think that despite gaining knowledge throughout years and experiences, do you think that someone can keep that childlike essence and childlike outlook on the world?
I think they can, but it also depends on what experiences they've been through and what they've learned. Because, I mean, if you're in a really sheltered area and sure you're learning about the world, but you're not learning all the evil factors and bad things in this world, then you're going to keep that essence. You're going to still have a childlike life kind of thing, right? But if you learn about all the evilness and all the bad things in the world, then you're going to be more aware of it. And it's not necessarily that you lose it, you just become more aware, like I said. And I'll stop talking.
And it can really taint that childlike outlook.
Yes. Clip one, Michael.
All right, so to start me out, I'm going to say my quote. It's from Wayne Durr. It says, "Self-worth comes from one thing, thinking that you are worthy." I use this quote because what I'm going to be talking about here is I'm going to be talking about what you perceive as beautiful, whether that be what you perceive as a child as beautiful or now as an adult. I chose this topic because of what we watched in Ms. May's class. We watched Howl's Moving Castle, and what Howl's Moving Castle really focused on in the movie was finding what true beauty is and what truly is important in life. Some of the things that the character struggled with is that the girl struggled with finding beauty in herself, and she struggled with the fact that appearance isn't the only important thing. And Hal, another main character, needed to realize that he is beautiful despite being a bird or a beast. He can still be beautiful, and that love has no limits, regardless of appearance.
Now, Michael, I know you said that people's perception of, what they can love in the world changes. Do you think that changes as you grow up, what you love, what you hate?
Yeah, I think that's growing up is a big influence on what you see and what you think is beauty and what you think is love. As a kid, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't see anything wrong. You don't have that sort of sense. You don't have that sort of self-attraction. You don't feel that sort of way. But as you grow older, you start to see flaws in you and things you don't like, or things you do like in other people and in yourself. As you grow up, you start to realize and you start to see the beauty in yourself and the beauty in others, or see what you don't like and see negative things and the world around you and yourself. This is seen throughout the movie the entire time. She has struggles with viewing beauty in herself. She finds herself to be ugly and old as the movie, but as the movie proceeds, she learns to love herself and to truly find beauty in herself.
So, Michael, I have a question. How does the self-love, beauty, all that stuff, how does it tie in to how you're losing the essence of a child? How does that tie in together?
Well, the essence of a child is loving and is very, not to say ignorant, but is very blind with insecurities, and they don't see the wrong in people. Most children find beauty in whatever they see and whatever they find an interest in. But as you grow and as you learn more, tying back to what you guys were talking about, as you learn more and as you come to realize what this world is and truly find what it is like to be in this world, you start to understand what love is and what beauty and society standards should be. So you find faults in yourself and others, or you find those positives things that you admire in others and in yourself. which you may not find a child doing.
All right, so going into the ending part of this podcast, we talked about the different parts of growing up and becoming an adult. I believe one of the main parts of growing up is losing your innocence and coming to a realization about actual things that you're going to have to forget about and actual things that you're going to have to do when you become an adult.
I view it losing the essence of a child as, like how much knowledge you know. When you're a child and you're first brought into this world, you don't know anything, right? As you get older, as you grow up, you begin to learn more and understand more, and it formulates how you are as a person.
I talked about how when you change from childhood to adulthood, you lose the sense of beauty is around you, and you become really critical of your own situation, your own looks and desires, and how that is a very negative outlook on life.